Peace. This is a Meat Potato Sorcery production starring myself, the Water Alchemist, and today's topic for the occult family is Empaths, Fix Your Crown. Now, before I get into the video, I don't know who this message is for, but working with spirits today on the day of Archangel Michael, this message is meant to go out to someone or certain people. So if it doesn't resonate with you, that's fine. But for those that do, then by all means, please heed the clarion call. So with no further delay, let's get into the video. So being an empath can be hard, especially when you're young and you really don't understand what being an empath is, because you're going to have certain gifts internally, but you, like I said, you don't understand them. But as you get older and you study more, you live life, and definitely when you get into the practice of magic, you will understand it. So I had to really assess the past relationships I've had, and I can count maybe on one hand how many women that I was involved with in the past that weren't psychologically damaged. Now, that said, I didn't know anything about statistics or anything. And looking at it now as a magus, you have those that will latch on to you because you're like a conduit, and you will have others who are like professional victims. And then the last thing and the most important is that they are drawn to you because gods or goddesses and angels will use you to help them at a point in time in their life. And by you helping them, it's quid pro quo, because this is really getting you to acquire the courage to do your shadow work and work on yourself. What do I mean by that? I remember there was one young woman that I knew from decades ago. And her life really read like a Greek tragedy. What do I mean by that? Well, what I mean is that life was very cruel to her. And fluffy bunnies, yes, life can be cruel. She had got sexually assaulted by her step-grandfather. Then she got the double whammy when her mother got married and her stepfather had did the same thing. This had happened. These two things happened before she was even a teenager. Let's try 10. Is that a good number? So she gets pregnant at 13. And I'll never forget something her mother said to her. I lost all respect for this woman. She said, well, I ain't say nothing when you was banging my husband. Listen, especially during that era, what 10-year-old is thinking about being with a grown man? She gets pregnant. And we know that when something happens like that to you as a young boy or a young lady, you grow up real fast because your innocence has been taken. So the cruel hand of fate had stepped in. She raised her daughter. Then her daughter got involved with this loser, succumbed to an overdose. He got her involved in a lifestyle that I knew her. I knew when she was born. She wasn't like that, but she had low self-esteem. And when you got that, you an easy target for a lot of narcissists out here. And the cruel thing is, she lost her daughter, and she's raising her daughter's daughters, her granddaughters. And I remember when she told me, she said, I'm screwed up, I'm messed up. And she said something to me. She said, you know one thing I like about you? You're easy to talk to. One thing about being an empath, you're going to attract broken people, men or women. That's what you're going to attract. You're a conduit. And I think that with everything that's going on, you can have a crown on your head. It's just you ain't rocking it right. And it takes time to fix your crown. And the more that you go on this journey, it's going to teach you so many things. I remember in the Spider-Man comic book when Spider-Man lost his original love of his life, which was Gwen Stacy, to Norman Osborn, the Green Goblin. And I remember one comic enthusiast said one thing about Spider-Man that taught me at a very early age, life is not fair. That's why anyone dealing with magic is very important to live in the present. To live in the present. And a great gift to have as a magician or a witch is that you develop an iron will. You develop an iron will. And one of the problems I have with the love and light community is that they want to return everything. Oh, I'm going to give it over to the gods and the goddesses in the universe. That is nothing more than divine cowardice. Even your Bible tells you ye are gods. But see, here's the cruel part about it, even in the Bible. But you shall die as men. See the cruelty in that? You can have your immortality now, but you really won't get it. You really won't get it until you cross over and you engage in your new journey. So, ye are gods. And this is what is tied into that fall. And then being the empath, the whole thing is the further that you go in life, the more times you're going to run into people that are on their journey, but they don't know which way to go. And that's where you come in. Whether you stay or you go is really up to both of y'all. But you here, Queen, for a reason. And King, you here for a reason. So, fix your crown. So with that, that is your meat and potato sorcery for the day. I am the Water Alchemist. Be water, my friends. Peace.